Hey guys, this is Jason, trying again for the third time tonight. I'm trying something else, so let's see how we do. This might help, it might not. I'm just going to use my cell data instead of Wi-Fi and see if we get a little bit of a better shot at connectivity this way. So fingers crossed, we shall see. I'm going to give you guys time to file in, and I'm going to re-explain everything that we're doing for tonight. So it's Hump Day. Hump Day Live, 9 o'clock Wednesday. I hope you guys are having a nice week so far, middle of the week, etc. I'm glad to be here with you guys, and I hope that things clear up as we go as far as the connection. What we're doing is, hello, Colleen. Can you hear me a little better now or not? I decided to just turn off my Wi-Fi and use my data, so I don't know if that's helping or not. We'll see. We shall see. How is the connection? Are we still buffering, guys? Okay, it's not a good sign that no one's answering me. Oh, she says I can, yes. Oh, good, okay. So the connection's clear now. I just turned the Wi-Fi off and I'm using my phone data. I restarted my Wi-Fi. That's okay, Lynette. I'm happy to have two of you here. I restarted my Wi-Fi. Good, okay. Sorry, it was a long delay between me asking Colleen if it was good and then you responding, so that wasn't a good sign, I thought at first. Yikes. But it sounds like we're okay. All right, so what we're doing, guys, is tonight we're going to have our little Hump Day extravaganza. Yeah, and yes, whoever said that, you have to stay, yeah, Lynette, you have to stay cool, calm, and collected, because I learned a long time ago that getting frustrated doesn't do any good. It only ruins my energy. It doesn't fix anything. It ruins my vibe, and then we're still in the same situation, and I'm just low vibing. So instead, I try not to let things pull me down. For those of you, Karunch, David, you messaged me about it. You know, there's someone just made a fake account using my picture and stuff, pretending to be me. That's the type of thing. It kind of irritates normally, but it's like, why let it bother you? That's been happening to me for years now. And it happens to everyone on social media. There's always some crazy person who thinks they like have some claim to something about you or your stuff that they don't, and they assume some sense of entitlement that they aren't entitled to, and that's what happens. But you can't let it bother you. You just got to keep it moving. But thank you guys. If you guys get a message from that person, block them, report them. You guys know I don't send messages out on my Instagram to people that I don't know. So if you're getting a message from me that's unsolicited, it's not from me. All right. Report and keep it moving. So yeah, so tonight what we're doing, I have a few people on the list. I have Rita and Mona from the other night, so I told you guys I would start with you. Then I have Colleen and Lynette. You guys will be next. And then anyone else that wants to get added to the list is open. It's yes, thank you, Darcy. $22.22 is the requested love offering for tonight, and we will get this thing moving here. It is so hot in here. That's one thing that is bothering me. I'm like schwitzing here. It's either too hot or too cold in this house all the time. We never have it the way it needs to be. The temperature is what gets me. Just send a cash app. Greta, got it. Greta. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna start with Rita and Mona because we got their questions earlier, and then I will be moving on to Colleen, Lynette, Greta, etc., and anyone else. Should get some good messages tonight. We're coming into this beautiful energy, guys. The energy is a little hectic right now. I know people I read for today are in some weird vibes and kind of struggling, so I know it's not just what's going on, but everyone's kind of going through a little bit of that. But I'll tell you, we're headed into some really nice energy, I believe, because we're on the cusp of, you know, this beautiful Cancer new moon. And Cancer energy is so emotional and sort of flowing when you allow it to be. And so allow this Cancer new moon to really bring in some beautiful energy for you, especially if you're in like a new relationship or, you know, I have a new boyfriend. We're kind of we're just getting to know each other really well, and in that early phase where love is really hopeful and exciting, and I love that, and I hope you guys are kind of able to find that in your life in some way where you can just welcome in good vibes and new energy from someone and try to sort of be in the flow, because that's a good place to be during a Cancer new moon. Schwitzing, you are too? Are you schwitzing there as well? Hi, Jason sent a request to me, but I reported him. Good job, Monica. Thank you so much. Okay, I think it's actually a she, I have to tell you guys. I think it's actually a she. But in any event, there you have it. All right, so I'm going to say a quick intention, and we're going to It's hot here too, Royal Duchess. It's really hot here too. I just got out of the shower too, so. We've had some hurricane weather going on around here. Miss Elsa's trying to give us issues, so. It is what it is. Thank you, Universe. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Angels, Archangels, Spirit Guides, Ancestors. Thank you, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, all Spirit Guides and Ancestors throughout the line. Nana, Ren, and Granny B. What's up, Bentley? He's doing a quick turnaround in his seat, so. It's just sent funds via PayPal, Don D. Okay, Don, I'll get you at it as well. Yo, so hot. All right, so I'm going to get started here and do Rita's question and Mona's question. Rita and Mona. What message does Rita need from Spirit at this time? Please hold space for Rita. It's getting hot in here, some hump day heat. Bring in the heat, right? Bring in the hump day heat. What does Rita need to know at this time? So this is a message for Rita. I don't know if she's actually here, but she paid for a reading last week and was not able to get it because we got cut off. So I'm doing her reading tonight and seeing what comes out for Rita tonight. Okay, so Rita, you're coming into a period of time where you're going to be seeing a lot of opportunity for union, reunion with people, possibly people coming back from your past, or a lot of clearing of the air in your current relationships. You have the Three of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. These two cards together suggest that what you're coming into, Rita, is a period of time where you're going to be called and feel the need to be much more interactive in your relationships and much more giving than you maybe recently have been feeling. Like I know recently you actually were given advice to kind of do more for yourself, take time for yourself, be a little selfish. Well, this is the opposite of that. This is saying, okay, that period of time, whether you did it or not, that period of time has come to an end, and it's now time to reconnect and re-engage. And it's going to be very nice, the flow between you and your most intimate relationships, if you give that a chance. You have the Six of Wands. That's a card of victory. That's a card of returning, like returning back to the fold, returning home from a war or a battle, and being sort of welcomed home with open arms, being praised. So it's an energy of victory. It's also an energy of, you know, peace accords. It's like the end of the battle. You've also with this got the Ten of Cups. So I'm telling you, it's a really nice time, especially with this Cancer new moon coming up on the 10th. Is it the 9th or the 10th, guys? Does anyone know? Does anyone know when the Cancer new moon is? The 9th or the 10th? Anyway, it's in like the next 2 or 3 days, guys, the Cancer new moon. So Rita, embrace that energy. Valerie, I'm putting you on the list, sweetie. Embrace that energy because it's a big opportunity for you, specifically in your current relationships, to find a lot of happiness and a lot of reciprocity, okay? You do have this Death card here, which is Scorpio energy, and it's also coming out beside the Adjustment card. So that's basically justice. What this tells me is, but strength attached to because of that, okay? You're going to be experiencing, for you, Rita, there's going to be this experience of big changes, new cycles coming in, a lot of empowerment for you, and a lot of good karma as the result of something big wrapping up, like a big cycle in your life coming to an end, and then this big, brave new beginning coming in. It's going to be really important that you're honest with yourself, okay? These next couple of weeks and months, be very honest with yourself about your own shortcomings and your own gifts, okay? Don't be dishonest with yourself. We can lie to a lot of people if we have to, right? We're all capable, but the worst person to lie to is yourself. It's very important that you're honest with yourself because in your foundation you have the High Priestess card, which is about self-expansion, self-connectedness, and intuition, and connecting to your intuition and allowing your intuition to sort of lead the way in your relationships with both your higher power, your higher self, and with your soulmate, partner, etc. McDonald's. I had to get some water from McDonald's when I was out exercising. Hang on one sec, guys. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Rita. Good stuff, okay? All right, so next I'm going to do Mona. And Mona was wanting to know kind of what the guidance is for her financially and spiritually. Whatever comes out, but she kind of just wants some guidance about moving into the next phase of her life in financial sector and spiritually. What's the guidance for Mona for finances and spiritual guidance? Okay. So, Mona, if you've been considering starting something new or doing some kind of new venture, you've got a really clear guidance with the Hermit card and the Eight of Pentacles to plan and put your work, put the work in privately. Don't be sharing your plans or your desires or your thoughts with a lot of people. Keep all of this private, right? As you know, when you have a new relationship or you move into you start something new, or like you're falling in love, you know how you feel kind of protective of that situation or that person and that connection, and you want to protect it and keep it safe? That's what you need to do here when it comes to any potential ideas, ventures, things you're thinking about doing in the financial sector, in the business sector. I really want you, Mona, to protect it as if it needs to be nurtured and protected like a baby, because it does. The universe is offering you this Ace of Cups, which is like, when I see this in regard to ideas and potential new ventures, the universe is saying, yeah, it can offer you a lot, and it can offer you a lot of happiness and emotional fulfillment, whatever this means. But you have to protect it just like you would a new relationship or a new venture. So you've also got the sun in your foundation. You've got a lot of good energy and sort of a good coming together energetically of opportunity, meeting, preparation. But for you, it's very important that you work in silence, work in privacy. Keep everything sort of between you and your God right now. Don't be shared, because you've got a lot of people on the outside here. You've got a Knight of Wands and a Knight of Cups. And they're both kind of on the outside of this, trying to come in. And they're not necessarily bad things, good things. The energy isn't one-sided in this at all, but I don't understand why it's showing them to me as being outside of your inner circle. It feels like, especially with that Hermit card, it's very important to protect your space, to protect your ideas, to protect whatever you're doing or working on. Anything that you're uncertain of the outcome right now, don't talk about it very much. Don't share it with a lot of people, right? A lot of people have diarrhea of the mouth. They just need someone to talk to all the time. Blah, 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 blah. People like that, run from people like that, because that's first of all, that's an unhealthy energy anyway. And if you see someone like that, it's possibly a lower vibration trying to pull you into something you don't want to be pulled into. So be aware of that energy of kind of sharing and oversharing, and be sure not to be someone who does that right now, because you have potentially good things coming, but you have to really be in a protective mode right now, at least between now and I'd say that sort of 4.5, 5 week mark around Lionsgate, which is like a month away, okay? But that's what I see for you guys. Those are for my people who are not here right now. Now, I don't like doing mini readings as much when someone's not present to receive it. I don't know, it just feels kind of absent. So I'm glad everyone else is going to be here. Now and next is Colleen. Colleen. I concur, negative energy. Hi, retired Sergeant Melinda. Welcome. Cool. Good things. Good things. I like it. Joey and I are ending because he is using, yeah. My friend offered for me to come move in with her. I'm nervous leaving my home now. Joey and I have a 5-year-old daughter I need to think about. What is the guidance? Okay. I was agreeing with you. Oh, okay. That was actually for one specific person, though, Melinda, in her reading, that something she's going through. That's why I was like, what are you talking? I didn't know what you were agreeing with. But there is a lot of negativity and low vibing energy a lot of people have been experiencing lately. So it's probably not just that person. You're right. All right. So are you trying to figure out, Colleen, if you should be moving in with this person or not? Is that what you're asking? Is your question whether or not you should move? I want to make sure I'm asking the right question for you, Colleen. Is that what you're saying? Should I move? Okay. What's the guidance for Colleen regarding moving in with the friend? What's the guidance for her regarding that? Guidance for Colleen regarding moving in with this friend. I mean, I know you have to leave, but I think it's whether that's what the right thing to do. is move in with this person. Because you definitely you're right. You have to leave one way or the other. The question is really, where do you go? What do you do? You know, if you, I'm really getting the feeling, if you can really give into this, I sense a lot of resistance, even though you know it's the right thing to do. I do sense a lot of fear because of how much love you've put in with this, and you know how much time you put in with Joey. And I know you're experiencing a lot of confusion and uncertainty of what to do. This is the right thing to do. This is the right thing to do. And if you trust it, Colleen, if you trust this and you go ahead and move forward, the universe is going to reward you. Look at this. You've got the Ten of Pentacles with the Justice card, the Hierophant coming in here foundationally, the Star, the Moon. These are all suggesting that a lot of your secret desires, the things in your heart space that you're unsure of how they're going to ever work out now because you're having this big thing that's come in, it feels like a tower. It's actually telling, to me, what it's speaking about is if you just trust and if you just do move forward with what you're doing. Okay, Dawn, I'm going to call on you in just a few people. You're just a few people down. When I call on you, just have your question ready and throw it back up again then at that time, okay? Okay, Colleen, it's really important that you trust right now because what you're going through, it's really important at this time that you allow yourself to do the things you're most afraid of doing, okay? It's okay, Dawn, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. It's really important that you allow yourself to do that thing that you're most afraid of doing, and not only do it, but know if I'm being pushed to do something like this, leave, start new, cut ties for, you know, or whatever, and the universe is guiding me this strongly, like it clearly is, you're not only are you destined to do this and you're supposed to do this, but you're going to reap rewards that you haven't even thought of, that you can't even conceive of the moment you take, because it's a leap of faith. This is a leap of faith, just like starting a new relationship is a leap of faith, because you're having to blindly trust that if you are brave and strong and leave this situation with no second thoughts, that there's going to be hopefully some good results for you having done that. And it's not exactly what you're thinking about, but I see with all of these cards, you're actually probably going to end up getting your wishes fulfilled that you came into this relationship with if you can be brave enough to trust this energy and move away, okay, from the relationship. Does that make sense to you, Colleen? Now, as far as your friend, you're gonna be, it's not, I mean, obviously this isn't gonna be an ideal situation, having to live with this friend, but I think it's the right move. I think it's the right thing to do. The Ten of Pentacles is a good card as far as stability, feeling, you know, kind of like a balance, a stability, and a long-term positive prospect, right? So it's saying to me, like, it might not feel that good. It's going to be a bumpy time no matter where you go. You've got the Seven of Cups in reverse. There's a lot of confused energy emotionally, up and down, all around. But ultimately, this is a big transformative energy for you, and it's going to work out in your favor, and things that you didn't even associate with this are going to work out for you because you're being brave and doing the right thing. So just trust that this is the right move right now. And anytime someone offers you a hand up, a friend offering you a place to stay, someone wanting to invest in you in some way, financially or otherwise, take that for what it is and know that it's really a gift from the universe to help you on this path that is going to be a scary one. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy to walk away from Joey and all of those memories at this time, but it's the right thing to do, not just for you, but for him also. And you're actually giving the relationship a chance down the road by doing this. Trust me. I know that sounds so crazy in a way, but it really is what you're doing. It's the right thing to do, okay? It's the right thing to do. Fear is okay. Fear, be afraid, just do it. Be afraid the whole time, but just do it. Remember that, just do it. God, my shirt won't dry. I got some sweat and spilt some of my drink stuff on my shirt, and now it won't dry. It's annoying. It's cold too. Okay, so yeah, just be scared. Don't worry. It's okay to be scared, but keep doing what you're doing. Keep moving in that direction. You're welcome, sweetheart. You are welcome. Okay, Lynette. Lynette is next. Lynette is next. It absolutely is. Growth is definitely growth is anytime you step outside of your comfort zone, you're stepping into the possibility of growth. So get outside the comfort zone. Lynette, throw your question up. Yeah, guys, this is going to be a great little, well, it has the potential to be a really nice new moon. The new moon in Cancer, it really has the potential to be nice, okay? Okay, new love, new love. What do we see in the area of new love for Lynette? Show me what's coming for Lynette in the love department. I mean, a Cancer new moon can also be very uncomfortable if you're not in a place of being very honest with yourself emotionally, or being honest with those you care about or in relationship with emotionally about what you desire, what you need. It can be uncomfortable, but I think, you know, for the most part, it should feel pretty good. What's the guidance for Lynette about what's coming for her in love? Okay, this is not. Like, wow. Oh my God. 10 of Cups. Well, there's definitely something. The Lovers. Gemini, Capricorn, Wheel of Fortune. You need to really stand in your power, though, Lynette. You've got a lot of big cards trying to come in, but it's really, the cards that come out for you are Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords. That's an energy that doesn't really put up with a lot of BS, that is assertive and really goes after what you want. And is very clear about what you want. You've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse, so make sure that you're not holding on to anything from the past. Make sure that anything that's happened to you in relationships in your past, it's good to learn lessons, right, and not make the same mistakes twice, but it's not good to have built up walls or blockages as the result of being hurt or disappointed, etc. And the Four of Pentacles can be about holding on to things that aren't valuable to you and that aren't going to protect you in any way, but that it will kind of keep you from being able to be open to love. And so this being in reverse is saying, let go. Don't hold on to any of your past experiences that have scarred you. And you may need to do some kind of like heart armor meditation or something to kind of release, because I feel a strong inner child in you that's for a long time kind of protecting you, but at the same time that protection may be what's stopping you from being able to experience a really beautiful deep love right now, because you're ready for it and you know it, but sometimes when we're ready, our inner child doesn't realize that, and our inner child thinks that it has to protect us from all the things that have hurt us before. So have a little convo with the inner child and say, hey, Lynette is grown and Lynette appreciates you, but Lynette can take care of herself now, and she wants to be open enough to allow new love in so that she can have that opportunity to decide for herself, because your inner child is like really protecting you, like not even letting you take deep breaths when it comes to new love. So be aware of that. The Wheel of Fortune card is here, so you're right on the cusp of an opportunity, a big one, because you've got the Lovers, the Ten of Cups, and the Devil all together. And the Devil energy is some of that stuff I just mentioned with the inner child, but it's also, you know, there is a part, there's probably whatever, because see, here's the thing, we want love. As humans, we don't want to sit here and go to school every day. We want love, we want to have fun. But obviously there's a part of you that hasn't completely healed yet that is still going to attract in a lover someone that will trigger you and bring up certain wounds that need to be healed. That's just what we do, because we're in school whether we want to be or not here on Earth. So yeah, you're attracting love, all right, and you also are, with that love, attracting some kind of toxicity that is needed to trigger you. So just know there is a beautiful new love coming in for you. It's Ten of Cups love. That's awesome. But it's going to still have some lessons attached, and it's going to still, because there's a part of you that's deeply wounded still, that has not even begun, not only not healed, but hasn't even begun to address what it is that needs to be healed. That's what those bubbles feel like beneath the Devil energy. And so it's a good thing. There's good things coming in, but this could be a big test and a big lesson relationship. And, you know, don't worry about that part of it, because like I said, as human beings, every relationship is a lesson. even the most beautiful, especially the most beautiful. So there's something really beautiful coming in for you, but you need to really understand with this wheel here like that, the Wheel of Fortune, if you want to accept whatever that is in the most beautiful way, work on the inner child stuff, okay? Well, we all are. We're human, you know? We're not perfect. And be kind to yourself. Give yourself a break because you're just human and you can only do the best you can do and learn from whatever you're experiencing and move on to the next. But you've got this beautiful 10 of Cups kind of love coming in for you. And it is going to have some heavy lessons attached to it, but it's going to be worth it. And it's going to be probably the most beautiful experience of your life. I mean, that's what that feels like to me. That's big cards. But the biggest thing, if I were you, that I would be doing right now to kind of prepare for that is that inner child work, like releasing take the inner child off watch. Tell little Lynette that big Lynette's got this. Little Lynette, you can leave your post. You don't need to be on guard anymore. I can make decisions for myself. All of those traumas and walls and wounds that you're guarding and holding on to and saying, nobody passes this gate. Get out of the way. I want them to pass. I want people to be able to come in and pass the gate now. And I'm giving you permission to take a break. Because you've got some real deep heart protections that are not going to let you experience the kind of love you actually are. Your higher self is saying you need to experience that love and not to protect you from it. Okay, so that's what I would work on if I were you for right now. Okay, so next is Greta. Greta is next. Then Malia. I have Greta, Dawn, Valerie, and then Malia. Greta, Dawn, Valerie, Malia. Ladies, it's 1:11 in Vegas. Dang. I'm not going to complain here then, because it's not that hot. It's hot, but it's not that hot. Thank you, Jason. Message resonates and are appreciated. You're welcome, Lynette. I can't wait to hear about this new love when it comes in. We want to hear all about it. We want to hear all about. Okay, Greta says, new love or career, please. Divorce won't be done till October. Working on trying to find a job while in school. Hoping a certain friend might come into my life. Okay. What do we see? What does Greta need to see? What do I need to see to tell Greta in the area of new love or career? What does she need to know at this time? It looks like you might have an instinct to run from something when the more passionate you feel, you may have more of an instinct to run from it. And again, that is kind of like what I was saying to Lynette. That might be some inner child stuff you need to look at. I had just such a beautiful experience. I was telling some friends yesterday, I had the most beautiful experience because for the longest time on my twin soul journey, you know, certain songs will come on the radio or play, you know, we'll at the gym or something, and they make me think of my twin soul or get sad or whatever. And the other day, I was driving home from a doctor's appointment the other morning, and as I was driving, that John Legend song, All of Me, was playing on the radio. And I noticed all of a sudden I wasn't sad or thinking about my twin soul. I was thinking about my boyfriend, and I was happy. And it was like such a moment for me. I had to video call him right away, because it was just like, just in the middle of it, all of a sudden I was like, wow, I'm kind of happy, and I'm thinking about him and the future and all this good stuff instead of what I normally would be feeling. And it was just such a big, like, it was such a big difference, like such a change. And I was just like, yes, thank you. Thank you. You know, it's those are good moments. Very healing. Okay, so Greta, I have to say, I don't think. Okay, here's the thing. That's good, Malia. I know, me neither. It's like I wasn't even thinking of my twin soul. It was totally all about Jose. It was just him and I, and it was like there was nobody else in the energy, you know. It just felt hopeful and good. It was a nice moment. A nice change. Because, I mean, that's 2 years that I've been in that mourning, you know, of the twin soul thing and in separation. And I'm sure I'll always have those, you know, your twin soul is your twin soul. They don't ever go away. But it was nice to just feel nothing but that song making me think of me and Jose and our relation and our new, like us and what we're building. And it just was good. It was nice. It was a nice change. Greta, I don't think you're ready. I hate to say this, but as I'm looking at these cards, Greta, I hear what you're saying, that you want new love to come in. I don't think you're actually ready for that new love yet. Like I was just saying, it took me 2 years of pretty much the whole 2 years grieving, right? I was still in grief. I wasn't wanting to be. I mean, I wanted new love. I wanted other things, but I was in grief. And these cards still feel for you a little bit. I don't know what you've been through, but it feels like you're not quite ready for new love. And here's why. You have something coming in here at the end that's really good, but it looks like you're like not there yet. I'd say the next month is going to be big for you in healing, because you've got the Nine of Pentacles as a guidance for you. And this is about someone being alone and very, very much engaging in self-care. Sometimes this could be a selfish card because you think of somebody like shopping and buying new clothes and new makeup, new everything, you know, like getting their hair done. This is a card that could have to do with like material expansion and doing a lot for yourself, but really it's about self-care. It's about putting yourself first. And so right now Spirit's saying, put yourself first, because there's something behind this. You've got the Ten of Swords behind that, and you can see that heart's being jabbed with that sword. And it's broken. The sword has like broken off in that heart. And what that tells me for you specifically, I don't always get that from this, but what that kind of tells me is whatever hurt you in the past, whatever kind of broke your heart, it wasn't just a heartbreak, because heartbreak is heartbreak, but this was like, it was a strong thing, because this is someone who the sword literally broke, breaking the heart. If a sword broke trying to break a heart, then that's a pretty strong relationship that was broken, or heart experience that was broken too. So this isn't just a heartbreak. This is like a traumatic heartbreak, like a really, really like, this one leaves a mark, okay? And so Spirit's saying whatever you've been through in life, you're still needing to really give yourself a lot of things that no other human being can give you. You've got to give yourself, and you know, we really can't bring in real, true, good love, like a good relationship in love, until we have learned to truly love ourselves completely. And that's what I'm still trying to do. I've started working on myself, Botox, working on my education to have a business. Nice. Wow. Well, I really want to say this is about that. Keep doing those things for yourself. Keep giving yourself all the things you deserve that really nobody else can ever give you. And because you've still, all these cards, there is something coming in. You have this Knight of Pentacles and this Ace of Pentacles, and this is out at the edge here. But what you're dealing with looks like it's not quite, the reason this hasn't come in yet is because you've got a lot going on here. You've got the Nine of Wands. That's the Wounded Warrior-esque card. It's like you're at the end of a very tough, burdensome journey, right? You're at the end, but you haven't quite completed something yet. So Greta, you've got to complete something here. You've also got the Five of Swords, which is like, this kind of feels like a divorce. I mean, the Five of Swords is an energy of like winning at all costs. It can be very egocentric, engaging with someone in battle who's also very in a battle of the wills. Did you guys ever see that movie with Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner called The War of the Roses? Whenever I see this card, I think of that movie, The War of the Roses. And they were the Rose family, and they were getting a divorce. And I think it's a really dark it's a dark comedy, like very dark. Let's just say I don't think the movie ends in divorce, but I don't think it ends in happily ever after either. But it's I think of that when I see this card, because the Five of Swords is like win at all costs. You know, it's that energy of, I'm not going to lose, I'm going to win. Yes, we're fighting about the house. Okay, so that's why you're not, but see, I think you can agree then, as we get into this, it's pretty clear. You want new love, of course you do. Who wouldn't? But that's probably not the wisest thing to do right now, to add on top of everything you're already dealing with, a new relationship. You know, like that would just be too much. And Spirit can clarify that Like, you know that, but spirit can sort of make you stop and go, well, maybe it's not the best thing right now for me to fall in love with somebody. Like, that's coming, and that should come, but right now you've got so much to sort out here. Look, you've also got the Seven of Pentacles. Be patient, right? It's not quite the time. There's some thawing out that needs to happen of your assets. Then you've also got the Eight of Swords, which says you're not ready. You're just not, like, the Eight of Swords is, when I see this, it says, if Prince Charming came over and knocked on your door with a dozen roses right now, you think that's what you want, but a part of you might just slam the door in his face. Yeah. A part of you might just slam the door in his face right now, Greta. I just want you to know that. And there is someone here. So the answer is yes. At the end of the rainbow, there is someone. He's a Knight of Pentacles, which means he has good intentions. It's stability. He wants to offer you something to build on. And it could be an earth sign, right? Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. I don't know if you do know someone that embodies that energy. It's a strong masculine energy. May actually be a little younger than you, maybe 5 or 10 years younger than you. But right now, you've got this tower here, right here, smack in the middle of all of this. Like, this is not what you've got. But see, even with all of that, though, I really do feel good. I feel like for you, these things are actually, they're a lot to deal with. But they are all things you can individually deal with and get through, okay? The one guy I like is 10 years older and a Sag. Yeah, that doesn't feel like this person. This might be someone you haven't met yet or that you meet down the road. Like, I think you might meet this person around August or September, maybe September. Yeah, late September. This feels to me like things you can definitely deal with, but it feels like if you had a relationship or anything on top of everything you're already dealing with, it's just too much. It's just too much. And it's a very honest thing to say, yeah, you know, I'm really probably not ready what you want and what you're ready for are two different things. I think what you're ready for is maybe someone to keep you company, to be friends with, to just kind of listen to all you're going through and support you unconditionally. And what you really want in love is just what we all want, to have a partner that everything that's reciprocal and that supports and does all those things. But I don't think you're actually ready to give them what they do. Because when we think about what we want, you would also have to be willing and able to give that partner everything they deserve right now. And there's no way you could do that right now, right? Yeah, a fun buddy, great. I love that. And usually what I notice in my life is fun buddies usually end up turning into more pretty quick if you really have a connection, right? So it's hard to have just a fun buddy for too long, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay. So I would say for you, I would spend these next few weeks going into Lionsgate really focusing on clearing your energy so that you can be open to and receptive to new love. Dawn, can you repost your question? You're next, Dawn. If you can repost yours. I know you posted it earlier, but I probably can't find it. But yeah, I think, Greta, focus this next month on clearing your energy, clearing the way so that you can really be receptive in the early fall to the right person coming in and be in a place to receive them. And I think you've got that coming for you for sure. Seeking guidance on career path. If I should stay and work through the challenges or consider another company, and guidance on steps to take with my marriage. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, what does she need to know about? She wants to know about either her career and what to do, or with guidance with her marriage. Any guidance for either of those or both is really, really appreciated. Your marriage, you need to have there's some kind of communication thing going on. You got the Ace of Swords coming out. Hold on, let me see what that's about. More on that. It's not about staying or going, it's about communication. Communication. Boundaries and communication here. Hold on. Princess of Swords. So it's you, something you need to speak about. So you need to be more open about what you're thinking, your thoughts, and what you require boundary wise with this person, your spouse. Your spouse needs to be more open about what he desires. So he's not very open about his inner spiritual desires, passions, and you're not communicating enough about the things that are really about to make you say, peace, I'm bouncing. I don't think you're going to leave. I think you guys have a new beginning here. You've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Foundation, and the outcome is the Ion and the Ten of Pentacles. So this is beautiful, Dawn. I think when it comes to your marriage, there's a big opportunity, because this is the Ten of Pentacles is something that's not only like long-term and lasting, it's worth it, right? Because that's value. So when I see the Ten of Pentacles for somebody regarding a partner or a marriage, it's like there's value here. You don't really want to leave this person. You may want to at times, but I think ultimately this is not someone you want to give up on. I feel like there's a beautiful opportunity here for this thing to kind of rise up from the dead, to have a resurrection. You've got the Chariot here and the Empress. So it says there's going to be some forward movement in your role in this connection and how you feel about being sort of in the role of caretaker or being in that maternal role. If you're getting to feeling more like his mother than his spouse, that's not fair to you, and that's going to change. Whatever that's about, where you're feeling more like a nursemaid or a mommy than a spouse, that energy is about to shift. The next month or so, because the Chariot is July and August energy, so you're going to see shifts here the next month. But you have to speak up. It's really important for you to speak up here. And Dawn, don't be afraid to say what, yeah, you don't want that. And don't be afraid to say what it is you need from him, what you need him to do and what you need him to change. Because what I get here is that this situation can really improve a lot. I want him to take the lead. I'm definitely the boss. Yeah, and that makes sense. I think the problem here is, and look, that's a big problem, not just right now, but this looks like this goes deeper for you too. And this might be one of the biggest problems outside of his alcohol stuff and whatever else. This might be one at the root of the problem with the marriage for you, is that you're always having to take charge at the, like, after something drives you crazy to the point where you're about to blow, then you have to jump in and take charge, where you wish he would be the one to, like, see that person. You're like, this is the Princess of Swords. She's like irritated and communicating and like taking a sword, but she's wanting her counterpart, who is coming out Prince of Wands, to be more of a natural leader. She's wanting that person to step up and be the leader, like take the reins, be self-motivated, and do this. Don't require me to motivate you. And so this is like root cause stuff for you guys. You've got to deal with this, because actually, do you guys go to counseling? This is something that is not actually that, I mean, things like this don't have to kill a marriage. Like, this can actually work out. You guys need to go to counseling, because I think these kind of issues, you've got this Ion here. This is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is like a rebirth or a resurrection. And then the Ten of Pentacles beside it, that tells me you guys can actually make this work, and it can be a really happy marriage going forward. It may not have been happy for a long time, but you can actually have a marriage where it may even be better than it was in the beginning, if you guys can get on the same page here, because the love is there, the willingness is there. It's mostly communication and true understanding of what you want from each other, okay? What you need from each other. That can be fixed. I'm telling you, that stuff can be fixed. This looks not bad at all. I see the frustration with these two cards, but that's not a big deal. I mean, there's three major arcana here. Three majors. And then the Ten of Pentacles, this is good stuff. You guys can really work this out, but you have to take the bull by the horns. And even though you want him to be more self-motivating, in this, you may have to be the one to say, like, I think we need to go to counseling, or we need to communicate about some boundaries and some things we want. And because that's clearly an issue right at it comes right out, but it doesn't have to be. This can all be fixed. This can all be fixed, and you guys can have a really happy connection, like, truly, truly. I see a lot of hope here for this. I hope you guys will work this out. Yeah, you got to talk, that you've got to communicate your needs. And there's things he needs to communicate to you too that he's not. It's not one-sided here. It's both ways, okay? And I know he doesn't like it when you have to get to that point where you've got the sword and you're going, but it's like you wouldn't do that if he would be more assertive too. So some things need to be discussed, deep things, and boundaries. It's great to put boundaries in place, but then the thing is, you have to stick with them. Like, you can't talk about it one day and then not follow through. There has to be the follow through. But this can be really good. Yeah, good luck. Mine fell asleep in a woman's bed and refused to go into counselor after 3 years. Greta. Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. That's terrible. fell asleep in other women's bed, in other people's beds. Woo! Not a good idea, Greta, is it? Okay, you're welcome, Don. You're welcome. Valerie and Malia. Valerie, Malia. Just leave yours up, Malia, and I'll come back to you. Valerie's next, and then Malia, and that's it. I think that's it. Did I miss anyone? I know. Isn't that horrible, Don? It's funny though. It's definitely funny. Oh my God. Going between cutting cords continually or reaching out to the Aries. What says Spirit? Continually cutting cords or reaching out. What should she know? 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. Okay. I kind of got neither, because you've got the 4 of Wands coming in, which is that opening that portal for forward movement, and then you've got the 9 of Pentacles for you. It's like cutting cords, I guess, because you want to be focused on yourself right now, and that's what's leading you to the 10 of Pentacles and victory. So there's a lot of really good cards here. You've got the 4 of Swords in your foundation, which is like solitary healing by yourself, and good things coming, moving into this really good opening or ascension portal for you guys. But I don't think you need to reach out right now, because this is clear about saying be in your energy, be focused on your healing and what you're doing, and that's what gets you to that place. Because I don't think reaching out to this person is going to give you what you're looking for. It's kind of the same thing I was saying earlier to someone about looking for love. I don't think that's actually what you're looking for. I think what you're looking for is communicating with yourself and giving yourself what you need. It's not the Aries. The Aries is a mirage. You know when you're in the desert and you think you see water? you're in the desert and you're dying of thirst and you think you see water? Well, that's what the Aries is for you right now. He's your water, or so you think. But actually, he's not. You are going to give that to yourself. He is special. He is important. I'm not saying he's not, but he's not what you are thinking he is in your mind, right? He's not the thing, right? He's just a mirage of the thing. He's important to you, and he's important to your life, and he's potentially important to your future. But right now, this is about you, and nobody else can give you what you're needing, right? That glass of water you need is something that you've got to give yourself, but it's coming in from your own personal healing here, and you're going to experience a lot. It gets frustrating when you feel like you're not moving forward, because you've got the Chariot in reverse behind that. I think you were doing so much and having so much forward movement for a while, and it's been very frustrating to you since you stopped kind of feeling that forward movement. But just know that's okay. Everything's happening the way it's supposed to, and that big 4 of Wands coming in, that opening, that opportunity, it's going to come in. And it's coming in fast. It just doesn't feel that way. And the 10 of Pentacles is always a big one, because it's like there's value attached to where you're going. Yes, doing a lot of self-care, I've been feeling like. Yeah, and he is special, but he's also, in this instant where you're trying to figure out, do I reach out? Do I? No, it's not that big of a deal. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything. And if anything, yeah, just cut cords. Release, because this isn't the issue. He's the thing you're thinking about, but he's not the real issue. Just try to remember that, okay? Try to remember that. And Michelle, if you're watching, good job. I just got your text. Good job. Now let it go. 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 And same for you, Valerie. Let it go. Keep working on your own personal healing. And the things that you're worrying about, should I do this or should I do that? As you continue doing your own personal healing, suddenly you're going to realize the choice is taken away from you, and it happens for you. Okay? Okay, Malia. I'm going to look at that right now. The Empress and the 4 of Wands. What's this change in August for Malia? Is it the same? Yes. No holding back, Mona. It's just hard for me to read when somebody's not there, so it may not have been as, felt as connected for you, because you weren't there when I did it. But nope, wasn't holding back at all. I would not do that. Malia. I think it's the same organization. All of these cards, I don't see you, they don't feel like movement cards as far as like a different place for you. It feels like where you are is where, I know, it's possible because you have the Nine of Cups attached to some sort of major healing for you right now. As soon as you get some kind of piece of something heals within you, there's this big wish fulfillment coming in. So there's something happening, Malia, that could be, hold on. No, Mona, I don't think so. Yeah, okay, I'll take that to heart. But right now, let me get back to Malia. I don't think there is, but thank you. I'll recheck it after the reading, after the broadcast, and see if I missed something. All right, Malia. Sorry about that. I feel like, Malia, it's kind of like I don't see a lot of movement. I see a lot of pentacles, right? I see some pentacles, some fire, some swords, some wands, but mostly what it feels like is stability when it comes to the place you're with. I think you're probably going to be within the same organization, but I sense a little bit of a wild card here, and the reason I say that is because you've got the Nine of Cups attached to that Four of Swords. So it tells me the minute some very specific healing happens, the moment it happens, there's an opportunity. And that could be a wild card because that also comes out with the Nine of Pentacles, which is like big time self-care, self-growth, right? A lot of self stuff. And when we're making choices for ourselves, anything's possible here. But the Seven of Pentacles is here beside it. So that's not feeling like a big change like that. I feel like if you were to actually change organizations, it would be a big change. Like not just changing organizations, but changing coasts, literally changing coasts. So that's always a possibility, but that's not exactly what I'm seeing here. So right now, I see stability. I don't want to leave. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't stymieing my growth. Well, I did. When I look at the Four of Swords next to that Nine of Cups, I do feel like there's the potential for some big change. And I don't know if it's because where you are right now that you've been thinking, gosh, I could come back here, if it's that kind of thing. But there's like a corner of the mind potential of a huge change there. But I don't really see it. I don't see it. Other than that, and it's possible because, like I said, the Nine of Cups coming out of that and then attached to the Nine of Pentacles, it's like a diagonal tic-tac-toe. There's a wild card potential there where something could just happen and you take off from it. But everything else around it looks pretty stable. So it's hard to say. There's also a Prince of Wands here, though, that is beside a Ten of Pentacles. So it's like, it's kind of a path you're already on, but there is some fiery energy here. Again, connected to where you already are. If, it's kind of like an adjacent possibility. It's not to me like a moving from one coast to the other, or from one part of the country to another, but there's an opportunity for something exciting happening here on the path you're already on without you leaving that organization. But there is that wild card potential. I don't know though. I really think with the Seven of Pentacles, if you're going to be doing something like that, I don't think it's going to happen in August. Okay. I don't see that in August. I think in August or whatever's coming up is going to be pretty much what you're expecting. But again, keep healing, keep working on whatever you're doing, because there is something interesting here. And there's probably, I don't think you're stymieing an opportunity, but I think we both may not be seeing your full potential here and what could happen if you were completely open to all potential outcomes and to all adjacent possibilities. So try to be open, okay? Try to be open. I want to come back real quick to Valerie and Mona, because Valerie, I kind of felt like I didn't get everything I wanted to say for you. And then Mona, I want to look back real quick and see if there was something I missed for you. Because Mona said she felt like I was holding back. And I didn't feel like I was holding back, but I did kind of feel like with her and Rita's readings, it was just, I don't like doing the minis when the people aren't here. And so it maybe felt a little disconnected for me, like maybe something wasn't. because I'm just used to having the person here when I'm doing it. So I don't know. I want to just revisit these. Valerie's, I just felt like there was something else that I wanted to say to you. Hold on. What else for Valerie? Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so Valerie, don't be afraid. It's not so much cord cutting right now, but don't be afraid to walk away from that mirage, because I was kind of describing your Aries as a mirage, and that can be deceptive because it's a beautiful connection. It's strong. That person was meant to be in your life and is probably meant to be in your future. They're not a mirage in that sense, but it's a mirage right now. I think the draw, the pull that's making you wonder, like, should I reach out? That's a little bit of a mirage, because where you are is all about your individual healing. You're in the Eight of Swords, and you've got the Eight of Cups. Don't be afraid to just kind of walk away from anything that is pulling you toward anywhere but yourself. Everything should be pulling you toward yourself right now, where you can get that wisdom and expansion and healing. No one else. So don't be afraid to just walk away, cut the cord, whatever, with anything that's pulling you away from yourself and your center right now. And that's kind of your guidance. It's not that you need to do one or the other, but just if it's pulling you away from yourself, it's not good for you right now, okay? Exactly. It's a diversion from what you need to be doing. And we all need diversions. We all want diversions sometimes, but for you, that's not it, okay? That's not it. Just trust that that's not what you need to, where your focus needs to be, okay? And let me look back at Mona's too real quick. Mona, for you, the one thing I do see is, and I don't know if this came out earlier or not, there's a feeling, I don't know if it's about work, relationship, or what, but it feels like for you to really embody the Queen of Cups for yourself, you've got to let yourself out of the self-imposed prison you have put yourself in and communicate to the people in your life what it is you want, because you've got the Ace of Swords. That's communication. That's new communication. That's new understanding, new knowledge, coming as the result of having been sort of not giving yourself what you need, not allowing yourself to expand, and also having been left with this feeling of being put out in the cold or sort of blocked off from someone else. It's very important that there's this opportunity. And this isn't you even doing it. This is the universe, a gift from the universe. So there may be someone coming in to communicate with you that you haven't talked to in a while. Just be open to that and understand, even if they're coming because they've got Prince of Swords, that can be a little bit of a frustrated or sort of a up and down kind of a argumentative energy. Even if someone's coming in to communicate with you about something from the past, it is going to clear the air, even if it feels a little uncomfortable. And you have the Six of Pentacles here as an outcome card. For you, the most important thing right now looks like it's just about finding balance in your life in every area when it comes to the things you're dealing with, right? Legal, financial, whatever, anything you're dealing with. It's very important to seek balance answers, right? Instead of I'm right, you're wrong, you're right, they're wrong. Let's find a happy medium. Let's find compromise, right? That's what the Six of Pentacles feels like, is compromise, but there needs to be conversation and compromise through meaningful conversation. That's what I get for you. And I don't really know what that's about. I don't feel like I need to message you because I don't know what it's even about. But yeah, that's what comes through. If you need any more, and you want to get like a 30-minute reading, just let me know. But that's what I see for you and what the important thing is for you. Okay, Mona? All right, that's it. 11-11, guys. It's not 11-11. There's 11 people and 11 likes. But it's almost 11-11, right? What time is it? 10:07. All right, you guys, have a great night. Happy Hump Day. I love you guys. I will see you soon. Keep on keeping on.